What's up, guys? Batman Collector here with this is going to be my third annual room tour. I've got a few new things, not a whole lot new, but I do have some new things, and I just thought I'd kind of update it. Not if not just for the channel, but just for myself, just to know where I'm at year to year and what's new and what's not. So I'm going to start over here. You can see this is kind of still mostly the same. I still have that print, which I've had forever. Love that. I have my door poster. This is a vintage one from back in the day. Really hard to find a frame for it. In fact, I couldn't. I ended up having to just tape two together, but it looks great, and I really don't notice that it's taped together the way it is. Then over here in the corner, I just have this Batman Begins. Just one of my favorite movies ever. I love Christian Bale as Batman. He's definitely my second favorite behind Keaton here. Here, my Batmobile. Still haven't quite managed to find a good deal for the Hot Toys version of that. It's double now what it originally retailed for. So yeah, I just can't pay that much. But anyway, I got this one here. This is a Kyle Crawford poster. Love this poster. It's my favorite poster. It's one of 100. Really, really cool. And then my Michelle Pfeiffer. Here, my first premium format. My Batman, he's a regular. Bought him for actually not too much. I got him for a really good deal, and since then he's gone up considerably. Catwoman, she also has gone up considerably. Not that it really doesn't even matter. Like, it's cool to say to myself, oh yeah, it's gone up in the aftermarket, but who cares? I'll never sell it, so it doesn't really matter. But it is cool to know. But I love this Catwoman. How am I supposed to sell that? It's awesome. Very proud to have this. Definitely one of Sideshow's better, more recent pieces. I really hope they continue to do more. I doubt that they will, but I would love a Joker. I would love a Penguin. Just almost anything from these movies I would buy. Over here, the Hot Toy I've had for a while. I love this. I still have the stock cape. I know people don't like the cape, but I like the leathery look to it. I don't really want a Tony May one. I think it's fine the way it is. But this back here is new. I added this. I bought this little Batwing here, which I got from Hobby Lobby. It's really nice, but it came with this cool backer, which doesn't really work for the Batwing itself. So I thought, well, I'm going to cut that up and I'm going to put it in with my Hot Toy, and I like it. I think it looks good in there with him. Here, my Joker. This is an old piece too. But it's all of these are actually pretty old, but they all hold up so well. These are deluxe pieces, and they still just look fantastic. They're so good. The tailoring, the sculpt, everything, so good. This was me at the Warner Brothers studio when they still had this stuff. They've sold most of this stuff since then at auction. Wish I had the money to pay that. The money they wanted for some of these went for just thousands and thousands of dollars for the actual suits, but. This was me with the suits. Batman Returns. I got this, I think, last year, probably the year before, but love this. The cape on this has definitely improved. Still very leather looking. I know some people don't like this one either, but I love it. I think it's great. They did such a nice job on this. I just got the Batman himself. You could buy the pack with Batman and Bruce Wayne, but I didn't like the head sculpt on Bruce Wayne, so I just went with this one. And then down here is my first tweeter head. I love this. This one has also gone up in value a lot. And the moment I saw this, I was like, I just have to have that. It's just too cool. And it's still, I kind of wish it was higher up so I could see it better. But she's actually kind of tall. I think that's 15 inches tall. So she almost has to be on the bottom. But yeah, beautiful piece. Look at the head sculpt. Wow. Some of them had googly eyes. Mine, I got lucky. I got a good one. Came out perfect. Love that. Tweeterhead did say that they would like to continue that line. They didn't really say with what or when or how, but they mentioned that they're interested in making more, and that's basically, they left it at that. So I really hope, again, please do a Penguin, a Joker, anything. I would buy anything. These are the cars from just the different films. I just get these at Walmart. They're pretty cheap, but I love all these cars, and kind of brings me back, so I like to have them here. Here, this is the spot that I still have where I would like to put someday the Hot Toys, this version of the Batmobile, but like I said, just can't find it for the right price. Not yet. I did see the car, though, when I was at the Warner Brothers studio. It was so cool to see it. This is just a little model kit I bought. Same, like I said with that. This one, I can't remember the company that made this, but it's really nice. It's definitely not as detailed as like this one, but still very cool little piece. It was like $40. Over here, these are my other two premium formats, also from Sideshow, obviously. I feel like this Batman pose, although I love this Batman piece, and he sold out relatively quickly, but I'm not using the exclusive on either one, as you can see. I prefer the regulars. I don't like the pose is cool for this, but I feel like they keep doing the same pose for every Batman, or something very similar. And it's kind of hunched, and it's a small piece. It's only like 20 inches. He's small. Like even compared to that Catwoman, he is tiny. So that's kind of one of my issues with these. The Joker, the same thing. He's just tiny and hunched, and the head sculpt is it's not quite there. It's almost, but not quite. So that's kind of what pushed me to go run towards Prime 1. And they are doing like a Mr. Freeze. They said they're going to do a Mr. Freeze, and what else were they going to do? Some other comic pieces that I'm interested in, but for now I'm going to stay with Prime 1 until Sideshow does something that interests me again. These are Hot Toys, DX12, and this Catwoman took me forever to buy because I just wasn't sure. Anne Hathaway, I like Anne Hathaway, but I don't love her. And so I didn't buy this right away, but I'm glad I did because, man, she looks great. She looks so good in there with him. Here's me with that suit as well, geeking out because I was there with the suit. It was a very cool day. DX11 Joker, in my opinion, still probably the best figure Hot Toys has done so far. It's just amazing. He's so expensive on eBay now, and I so much so that I bought him late, so I had to buy him kind of as is. I don't have the other accessories, just that little gun and the base, but I'm happy. I'm just happy to have this. It's so good. My Bane, also beautifully done. I wish Hot Toys would make more. They're doing quarter scales, but I really don't have room for quarter scales, so I kind of wish they would redo that Two-Face. I would love to have that Two-Face in here, but he's kind of dated. This one's old too. This is my Scarecrow, but man, they did such a good job on the head sculpt. I thought it was fabric when I first bought it, but it turns out that's sculpted. So good. They did such a nice job on this, but yeah, wouldn't mind having a Two-Face, but he's kind of a dated piece, and you can tell when you look at it, so haven't pulled the trigger on that quite yet. Up here, I'm really proud to have some of these here. These are new, or a couple of these are new. That is the Harley Quinn. Arlene Sorkin signed that for me. She does not do, as some of you guys know, she doesn't do public appearances at all. So getting her signature is quite difficult. And yeah, they were just, Diane Pershing, who does the voice for Poison Ivy, she works for a company called Celebworks, and they kind of, send her to Comic-Cons and set up dates. Her and Lauren Lester both work for Celebworks, and they were doing a private signing, and she talked Arlene Sorkin into doing it, who is the original Harley Quinn from the animated series. She also did she did it in Arkham Asylum as well, as you can see. And so I asked her to sign that. She wouldn't sign any names. She wouldn't put any quotes, nothing like that, but she was willing to sign her name. She did only 25, and I got one of them. I bought one of the 25 that she was willing to sign, and I love it. I'm so proud to have that. She's my favorite Harley Quinn. As far as I'm concerned, she's the only person who should be allowed to do Harley Quinn. Because Tara Strong does it now, but it's just not quite as good. Underneath that is Lauren Lester. He came to Comic-Con last year. He's the original voice actor for Robin in the animated series, and he also does Man-Bat, or really Kirk Langstrom, in the Arkham games. So I was really happy to meet him and get that signed. This is my Maurice LaMarche print. He was there a few years ago. I'm a huge Futurama fan as well, and he does a lot of voices in Futurama, and he does Toucan Sam, and he did Pinky and the Brain, just about anything. If you're a 90s, you grew up in the 90s, you've heard this guy's voice. But he also does Mr. Freeze in the Arkham series, so it was really quite a treat for me to meet him, and he was very cool. He knew that I was a fan. He could tell that I was a fan, and I knew his work. So he was really cool to talk to. And then this one, the Riddler one, is Wally Wingert. I just emailed him on his personal site, and I told him, hey, I love your work. I've seen your collection on YouTube. It's really he collects Batman. He collects all kinds of stuff actually, and so he's a big fan of the '60s series. So yeah, he sent me that in the mail for free. Super cool guy. These are just my little figures. A lot of people have told me they don't like how I kind of pose my littler, cheaper stuff with the bigger stuff, but I love all of it. I don't care if this is cheaper or that's more expensive. I just love Batman. I love everything, especially Arkham related or, movie related or anything. So I don't really care. This Catwoman here, though, this Catwoman is one of 500. She was the GameStop exclusive, the colored version. And really happy to have it. I love this piece, and I cannot wait to get the Prime 1 version here pretty soon. Well, not soon, next year, probably early next year, but that's probably my most anticipated Prime 1 piece possibly ever. Down here, just some more figures. This is also a GameStop exclusive. This one's kind of rare now. My Penguin, as soon as I get this to focus, there you go. You can see that's signed by Nolan North. He was there a few years ago. Troy Baker was also there, but I missed out on him. But luckily, he's coming back this year, so I'm going to meet him in August, I'm hoping. And this is Nolan North. He was really friendly to just everybody that was there. He would just break out into whatever voice they were there for, and he was a really nice, friendly guy. This is my Poison Ivy. I don't usually buy black and whites, but I really love these Arkham pieces, so... And there is some color in there, so I really, really enjoy these. Got Man-Bat. I have literally every single one of the Arkhams that they released. The Arkham Knights, I mean. Okay. And then over here, this is mostly the same. Over here. But I did get... Well, these are new, actually. Well, this one is this little... this is from Arkham Knight. This is a GameStop exclusive little statue. Pretty cool. They are limited, but the edition size is huge. It's out of 3,100. But whatever. I just I love this. I love the classic suit Harley, so had to pick that up. This is new here. This is Grey Delisle was doing a online for St. Jude's Hospital. She was doing an auction where she was basically signing for charity. And so I saw it online, and I went ahead and I sent her a message, and I was like, "Hey, I'd love to have one. Would you write 'This place is dangerous, I like it' on it?" Because I thought that was such a cool line from Arkham City, and she did. I guess a lot of it was going to progressive charities and St. Jude's, and there were different options. So I'm really glad I got that because she's my favorite version of Catwoman. It's just so good. It's perfect. Up here, I just have some of my my comics. These I think are mostly the same from my last video. Those first few there are from late 50s, early 60s. That Firefly one is one of the first Fireflies ever. Original Killing Joke. That's Harley Quinn series number 1. I'm really glad I picked that up when I did because I got it for a really good price. That's, I think, Catwoman. I think that's number 50. Has the Lost numbers on it. I didn't watch that show, but I just love the Adam Hughes covers. I love those. Those are perfect. This Batman number 1, I was gonna have it signed yesterday at Comic-Con. Scott Schneider and Greg Capullo were both there. I saw them both. I was standing right next to them, but the guy wouldn't let me in line because the line was capped out. There were a million people there wanting to see them. So unfortunately, I didn't get it signed, but still, it was cool to see them. Brian Azzarello was also there, and it was just neat to be there. Here I've got Poison Ivy and Scarecrow's first appearance, 2 of my favorite characters, and a couple of these, Detective Comics from back in the early 60s there. This is another premium format exclusive as well. It's one of my favorites. I don't know why this didn't sell out faster than it did. It kind of took forever for this to sell out, but man, this thing is beautiful. These are my Arkham Hot Toys. I kind of try to keep my Hot Toys, separated by, I don't know, I want to say genre, but different versions of Batman. And this is my Arkhams. This is the first one, the Arkham City. Not a super popular piece, but I just love it, and I'm so glad they made this. Love it. My Joker. I'm going to open this up real quick so we can see these a little better. Mark Hamill Joker. I love this. This pose, which I stole from D Knight. Thank you, D Knight. Perfect. This is my version of the Joker. I'm so proud to have this. He was waitlisted, but they've gotten more in since, apparently, because he's now available still. But he is low stock, so better jump on this, because he is perfect. This is the Arkham Knight Batman. This is one that, you know, when people come over and they look at my Hot Toys, this is usually the one that draws them. This is the one where people are like, wow, that is cool. And he is. Just love this piece. Down here, got my Red Hood. This is the one that I was actually least excited about. I bought it because I want to support Arkham. But I'm not a huge Red Hood fan. But I gotta tell you, now that I have this, I love this thing. The red on the helmet just really stands out. And it's just such a beautiful piece. It's very cool. And also the helmet, the eyes light up. It's just really nicely done. I hope Hot Toys makes more. They probably won't. It's been a while. But I love these. Over here, got a few more bank busts. My local comic shop closed down recently, so I bought a bunch of their busts. I really like these. Even though they're cheap, they just look great in here. These prints, I think, are new. I don't think I had these in my last video. This is from the second signing. Let me get that to focus. That Arlene Sorkin did with Celebworks. They've done 2 of them now. Again, she would only do 25. She would only write her name, and that's it. But I really wanted an animated series. You know, she's from the animated series, so I had to have it. It goes great with my DC Collectibles Harley Quinn here, which, by the way, is beautifully done. DC Collectibles did a nice job on that. These 2 are from Diamond Select. They're not as high quality. The paint is not as good. You can see here it came chipped right there. But still, I love these. They're great. This is Diane Pershing. She was at Comic-Con last year, and so I got to meet her. Really nice lady. I kind of wish I had her write Almost Got Him on this, so if she ever comes back, I probably will. But still, very proud to have that. These are also from Diamond Select, just little cheap ones. The Talia is Entertainment Earth exclusive. They're cheap, but I love these. You know, don't really care about quality so much. Or not, actually, they're pretty good quality. I just mean, you know, I don't really care if it's expensive or not. They're cool and I like them. These are new, actually from last year. I got my Kevin Conroy autograph, met him. I wanted an Arkham one as well, but he only had animated series, so I just went with that. And it looks great, so hopefully he'll come back and I can get an Arkham one. And then, like I said, I met Lauren Lester, who signed my Man-Bat. He also signed this, because he did the original Robin in the animated series. Really nice guy. I asked him about Arlene Sorkin, actually. I was like, hey, what's up with Arlene Sorkin? You know, why isn't she doing it anymore? And he told me she's just kind of retired and doesn't want to do it anymore, which is really a bummer. Here's my animated series Rogues Gallery. This is the one, it lights up, but when you turn it on, you can't turn it back off. So I had to remove the batteries. But I had to have a Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. Those are 2 of my favorite characters. This is really cool. It's a little too expensive, but so I didn't buy the Batcave, but love this. Really nice. Here I've just got some vintage stuff. And then here I kind of have some more DC Collectibles pieces. Here I have just all the villains. Joker, Penguin, Mad Hatter, everyone's in there. I love this Joker statue. Really nice. Got Clayface back there. Have almost all of them. I wish they would continue that line. And then here, you see my Batwing. These both light up. Beautiful pieces. Love them both. Oh, so here, my Prime 1s. You can see I have these lights. I got these lights at Walmart. And it's battery controlled. It's so cool. I just got them in the hardware section, and yeah, you just pop batteries in there, and they just bring these statues to life. You really have to light them up from the top, I've noticed, from above. If you put them underneath, it only does so much. But I gotta tell you, I'm just in love with Prime 1, as a lot of you guys know. I just got Batgirl in about a week or two ago, and I just can't stop staring at her. She just, because her pose isn't quite as stoic, and let me get this to focus, and because she's a little different, she just looks so, she just brings all these to life. I just love Prime 1. I just recently ordered the Hush Poison Ivy. Love it. I can't wait to get it, but that's probably going to be a 2020 piece. But yeah, you can't beat Prime 1. This was my first one they did, the bust. Love this as well. These two are from NECA. These penguins here. I mean, most of this is sculpted except for the coat and the pants on that one, but wow. NECA does a great job. And anybody who, I don't know, NECA's not good, I don't know about the quality, it's good. You won't be disappointed with NECA. Same with this. Like, this one's an older one. Still love this piece. This Catwoman is just perfect. I can't even take her out of the box. She looks so good. So, yeah, these are only like $100 a piece, but still, I just love their company. They make cool stuff. And they make they make Predator, they make everything. Here's Arkham Knight Batman. Love that one too. This piece right here I just got yesterday at Comic-Con. I was bummed that I didn't get to meet Scott Schneider. I just got to see him, so I went ahead and I picked this up. It comes with a certificate of authentication, excuse me, and yeah, looks great. The odds of me ever getting to meet Christian Bale are pretty low, so I had to have it when I saw it. I was like, I'm buying that. I don't even care. And it does look exactly like the ones I've seen online, so I feel pretty good about it. Typically I don't like to have signatures unless they're signed in front of me, but this was a rare exception. And then here's my Batman Begins Batman, also from NECA, beautifully done. And here I've just got, a few older pieces. These here are from NECA. Here, my 60s stuff, Adam West. I met him a few years ago at Comic-Con. He kind of just seemed like he was there to sign and leave, kind of like William Shatner. He was just, whatever. But I was so thrilled to meet him. It was so cool, and I'm so glad I did, because, he recently passed, and it's such a bummer. Here's, I got all the figures. Got this bust, which I really like. Love the Yvonne Craig Batgirl. She also recently passed away, which is really a shame. And here I got the NECAs. I really love this show. I know with people my age, it's not their favorite thing, but I love them. I still love this show, and I can still watch it today and enjoy it. Here I have Marv Wolfman's autograph. He's the creator of Deathstroke. Met him a few years ago as well, and he signed this for me. He also signed my first appearance of Black Cat, because he helped create her as well. Really nice guy. He was just kind of sitting there talking to us. He was telling us about how Archie was his favorite comic as a kid. Here I've got my Hot Toys, Burt Ward and Adam West. These are beautiful. Like, I just love the red and the green and the yellow on Robin. It just brings these two to life. It looks great. Here's another one of my tweeter heads. It took me forever to get this Catwoman, but I'm so glad I got this, and I have the original one too. I love this Catwoman. It's great. I love Tweeterhead. I'm excited to see what all they're going to do next. I know they're working on more of these. I already pre-ordered the Penguin. Can't wait to get it. And down here I have my artist proof Cesar Romero. Got this for super cheap on Black Friday. Love it. It's very cool. I would like to have the Riddler, but just haven't quite pulled the trigger on him yet. And I know they're doing a Mr. Freeze, which I absolutely will have to have. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the new stuff I have in here. Also, this is kind of what the middle of the room looks like, this table my sister-in-law made for me. And, yeah, this is the room as it is now. Looking good. I kind of just want to do this so I know, year by year where I'm at, how the collection's doing. My next big pieces will be early next year, the Prime 1, Catwoman, and Joker. They're going to go right there next to Batman. Still have no clue where I'm going to put Hush, Poison Ivy, but, when it comes to space, I don't care. I'll make it happen. So, anyway, guys, probably be a while before I make another video, but I just kind of wanted to catch you up with where I'm at. So, till next time, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.